Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today we're building a deck around the new legendary angel from the upcoming Murders at Karloff Manor, Aurelia the Law Above. If you're enjoying my content, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate the support, and if you like the deck list, consider sharing this video as well. Aurelia the Law Above is a 5-mana 4/4 legendary angel with flying, vigilance, and haste. Whenever a player attacks with 3 or more creatures, we draw a card. Additionally, whenever a player attacks with 5 or more creatures, Aurelia the Law Above deals 3 damage to each opponent, and we gain 3 life. So I've seen a few builds floating around, including one from Patreon supporter Detroff. Most of them involve giving our opponents token creatures and then goading them, which I think is a fun way to build this deck and is probably the correct way. But I love angels. They are my favorite creature type, so that's what we went with for this deck. But before we get to our deck list, a quick word from our sponsor, Ultimate Guard. Ultimate Guard is made famous by their boulders, solid, reliable, and affordable deck boxes. Boulders are now available in solid colors, like this beautiful black one seen here. Find out if your local game store carries the new Ultimate Guard solid color boulders, or click on the link down below to order yourself one from Amazon. In order to build a functional commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. One last announcement before we get into our video. I've been invited to attend MagicCon Chicago. Unfortunately, I'm a little short on funds and I might not be able to make it. If you'd like to help me out and my kid, the one who convinced me to get back into Magic, travel to the Windy City in order to play this February, consider joining my Patreon. Even if it's just for a month of support, it would mean a lot. Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Arid Mesa, Scalding Tarn, Marsh Flats, Bloodstained Mire, Flooded Strand, Sacred Foundry, Spectator Seating, Sundown Pass, Clifftop Retreat, Alpine Meadow, Sacred Peaks, Battlefield Forge, Needleverge Pathway, Temple of Triumph, Rustvale Bridge, Boros Guildgate, Boros Garrison, Scavenger Grounds, 8 Plains, and 7 mountains make up our mana base. Giada Font of Hope, Herald of War, Keeper of the Accord, Knight of the White Orchid, Sword of the Animist, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Mind Stone, Talisman of Conviction, Boros Signet, Wayfarer's Bauble, Sword of Hearth and Home, Sword of Feast and Famine, and Smothering Tithe help us to ramp out and stay ahead of the curve. Karmic Guide, Emeria Shepherd, Firemane Commando, Mangara the Diplomat, Esper Sentinel, Ox Drover, Thrill of Possibility, Jeska's Will, Cut a Deal, and Faithless Looting help us to dig through our deck and keep our hands full. Generous Gift, Path to Exile, Swords to Plowshares, Boros Charm, Stroke of Midnight, Get Lost, Deflecting Palm, Bolt Bend, Disenchant, Abrade, and Destroy Evil help to keep our opponents in line. Spectacular Showdown, Master Warcraft, Fight to the Death, and Blasphemous Act help us to reset the board as needed. Aurelia the War Leader, Gisela Blade of Gold Knight, Linvala Keeper of Silence, Archangel of Thune, Battle Angels of Tyr, Righteous Valkyrie, Lyra Dawnbringer, Valkyrie Harbinger, Bruna the Fading Light, Gisela the Broken Blade, Resplendent Angel, Angelic Field Marshal, Angel of Invention, Frontline Medic, Iroas God of Victory, and Grand Crescendo make up the core of our deck. To help encourage our opponents into attacking, we've got Bothersome Quasit, Grenzo Havoc Raider, Martial Impetus, Popular Entertainer, Shiny Impetus, Taunt from the Rampart, and Warmonger Hellkite. And to support our plan, we're running Goblin Spymaster and Combat Calligrapher. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 49 mana sources split between 35 lands and 14 pieces of ramp. 11 pieces of card advantage, counting our commander. 11 pieces of interaction. 4 board wipes. 1 piece of graveyard hate in Scavenger Grounds. 1 sudden I win card in Master Warcraft. In the right situation, Master Warcraft can win a game out of nowhere. Having the ability to determine who is attacking and who is blocking means we can determine who lives and who dies. All we need to do is send someone else's army at another opponent's face, and then clean up with our heavenly host. I know that building this deck with cards that give our opponents creatures and then continuously goading them is probably the correct way to build the deck, but I wanted to have fun with this version. And, if necessary, we do have an infinite combo to close out the game. We just put Sword of Hearth and Home on one of our creatures, and then flicker Aurelia the War Leader over and over again. This gives us infinite combats, and extra lands just in case. Are you building an Aurelia the Law Above deck? What theme are you going with? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cute Stuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits at gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. For only $25, you too can have a Commander video built at your request. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Danny, Muffins, Marcus, Squishy, Brett, Roxy, Josh, Sean, Pob Zombie, Mark, Borgie, Exiled Rogue, Nazwin, Pedro, Tom, Echo Fox, Midge, Swifty, Lucius, Detroff, Rally, Elf, Frank, and Alex. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.